Hi, and welcome back to Bedecked. I'm Rebecca and Brian. You can call me Beck. On today's episode, I'm covering another informational topic, and I am talking about the topic of minimalism. Minimalism is not something, unfortunately, I subscribe to, but I completely see its merits. I see the merits of streamlining. I see the merits of finding a personal style and sticking to it. I see the merits of putting your priorities somewhere else, except, besides what you wear and what you purchase and what you, the material goods that you spend your money on. Paring down your material goods is always a good idea for those people who decide to do it. I try to pare down my closet every season of the things I don't wear so often and get rid of it and try not to replace it all the time. Minimalism is a completely valid and important way to live. It's really a way of declaring where your priorities lie and declaring that you're not going to spend money on things you don't need. You're going to put your money into things which are important to you. And that's not to say that people who shop, are less valid than people who have a very limited wardrobe. Is that just that they are putting their money someplace else. They have different interests, which is fine. And because they have different interests, they have to pare it down in other places. And that's true for anyone. So in this episode, we are going to be talking about the benefits and how you can, different examples of a minimalist wardrobe. And as you can see, as you can probably tell, I am not the expert on this. However, there will be an episode on someone who is living a minimalist lifestyle, and it'll be my first featured author who is a male. So I'm excited about that. So not only will he give us the male perspective, he will also give us the minimalist perspective, which I think will be very valuable. But I wanted to talk about how you can still present yourself in a cohesive manner if you want to become a minimalist dresser, or if you already are, but you still want ideas how to stand out. First of all, the first thing I think of when I think of minimalist is black. So that's what I'm wearing today, but that doesn't have to be the case. I have some friends who are trying to get out of a black rut. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I can get you out of that black clothing rut, but I don't honestly think that's the worst place to be. I think if you are doing it thoughtfully and intentionally, it could actually be a personal style choice. However, there's different reasons for wearing black. Maybe you're trying to hide or blend in, or that's where your comfort zone is, and that's fine. I mean, you can stay wearing black and still have fun with it. You can add an accessory. You can vary your silhouettes. You can do a lot of different things with black if black is where you're comfortable. So I'm not trying in this video to get you to buy more things. I'm not trying necessarily to get you to venture into other colors you're not comfortable with. I am trying to make suggestions on how you can embrace your minimalist fashion, in this case, your minimalist ideology, but still stand out to your audience. So I think personal style is something worth striving for. As much as I love clothing, I do not think I have my own personal style nailed down. And I think there's a lot to be respected of someone who knows exactly what they want to wear and doesn't have to think about it. For instance, if you have a closet full of black, it makes it really easy. And that's one less decision you have to make. And that's the number one benefit of, the number one benefit of being a minimalist is saving money or reallocating your money to something like paying off debt or investing in yourself or your future or your children or something like that. I would say the number two benefit is eliminating a decision from your life. If you can just reach in your closet and pick out something black or pick out the same style of thing that you always wear, that's one decision that's eliminated from your morning. And because you've eliminated that decision, you have that much more decision-making ability for the rest of your day, whether it's going to work or whether it's a creative endeavor that you're working on, or if it's dealing with your children or your family. That's more brain power that you have because you didn't have to flip through your closet and decide what to wear today. So that is one huge benefit of minimalism besides saving money. A lot of very powerful people have a set wardrobe. Of course, Steve Jobs always wore black turtlenecks. In my day job, there's an executive who wears a blue dress shirt every day. And I have a lot of respect for the man. I like him a lot. He comes into work every day with a blue dress shirt and jeans. That's his wardrobe. He has an extremely stressful job, a lot of responsibilities, and the fact that he has to pick a blue dress shirt out of his closet every day means he doesn't have to think about it and his mind can stay on work. How you can really lean in or jazz up a minimalist wardrobe. First of all, you can always add accessories. I mean, of course, if you're a minimalist, you're not going to want to buy a lot of accessories either. But you could have a signature accessory, such as a headband, like the one I'm wearing today, happens to be in my brand colors. You could have, I mentioned this before, you could have a really cool pair of glasses. You could have facial hair that's really recognizable. You could have hair color that's really recognizable. And all that has nothing to do with your wardrobe. You can wear the same thing every day and people are still going to recognize you because you have the one thing that stands out. And it doesn't have to be appearance-wise either, but those are some suggestions, or those are some ideas. If you only want to own a very curated closet, there's also rental clothing services that you could check out if you were interested in that. If you didn't want to own the clothes, but you still wanted to jazz it up every so often, Rent the Runway is one I've done in the past. If you're still fashion-minded and it's like, okay, I have a speaking gig coming up. I have these few things in my closet, which I feel comfortable in, very me, but I have this thing coming up. I don't want to buy a new dress, but I do want to look, super great. So you could try Rent the Runway for a one-time fee. Maybe that's not worth it to you because you don't get to keep the clothing afterwards. But on the other hand, it's not cluttering up your closet, which is huge. What if you are not minimalist currently, but want to downsize to get to that? I've thought about this a lot because on one hand, I really envy people or really respect people who have their personal style down. Like they have one silhouette that they always wear and you know what to expect from them. It's something I haven't achieved. I like to try everything. That's one part of my personality is what brings me joy is trying new things. And that includes trends and new clothing. So that is where I find my joy. Think of what brings you joy. Think of what you feel most comfortable in. I think that's going to be a big thing in minimalism. Think of what you can grab quick. Think of what will wash well so you don't have to get it dry cleaned. Find high quality things that will last a long time so you're not going through clothes all the time. Pick a silhouette. Pick something you know looks good on you. Pick something you know looks, makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel most like you. And honestly, part of a brand, the most important part of a brand, or any business is consistency. So if you're a minimalist, honestly, if you already have a personal style established, you're probably ahead of the game anyway. And if you want to spice it up, try accessories. They're usually cheaper than clothing, depending on what they are. You could always borrow from a friend. I know I borrowed a headdress from a friend before that I've talked about before. Yeah, consider renting clothing if you want one special occasion dress, but you don't want a fancy dress sitting in your closet, which is completely understandable. And go with it. Own it. I think it's awesome. So I hope this was somewhat helpful on minimalism. This was only an introduction. I will get an expert on to talk to you more about it. But until next time, I hope you stick around and see what I deck out next. Thanks for watching. Bye.